Has an old issue been popping up for you again? You know, one of those issues that makes you ask, why is this happening to me? I'm such a good person. Hi, my name is Dr. Heather Schwartz. And in this video, I want to share with you some simple tools to get out of that state. First, I want to say I've been a clinical psychologist. I know how easy it is to feel that your intellect, the part of your brain that analyzes situations will create peace. In my experience as a sensitive and intuitive person, an empath, I have never had that, even though I've wanted that. Can you relate? Yeah. So this video is specifically for people who feel energy and who are sensitive and intuitive and maybe empaths like me. So the first thing that really helps when you're noticing that you're obsessing, maybe waking up at night thinking about the situation, maybe feeling anger or a lot of self-pity, is to acknowledge that that's happening and to allow the emotion to move through you, really to allow the vibration, the energy of the vibration to move through you. This beautiful idea is from Marsha Nelson, who wrote a wonderful book on coming home to yourself. And so when you feel the energy of it, you're not getting super attached to the story. And this can be really hard for our ego minds that want to control the narrative, tell the narrative, be heard and understood. It's actually a big reason why people go to therapy is to be able to tell their story and to have someone hear it and resonate and be compassionate. And it is an essential stage of healing. But it's not the only stage, especially for those of us who are sensitive, because it's so easy for us to get stuck in the details and to live in the house of our stories, as opposed to the beautiful freedom of life, really allowing flow to happen. So the first step is just to acknowledge. Second step is to feel the feelings, really allow them through you. Feel the vibration and the vibrancy of the emotions. Maybe then you might write an angry letter that you're not going to send and allow the feelings to come out. And you might ask yourself, including your heart, what is it that I'm really, really wanting in this situation? In my particular case, because this just came up for me recently, what I was wanting was to have my own back because in the situation that I was experiencing, a parent did not have my back. And that was really hard for me. And I can say that with a smile, but when I was awake at 2 a.m., that was not what I was thinking or feeling. I was feeling really mad. And I had to really come to grips with it. But that was not the only thing that I did. I didn't just feel my feelings because when you're sensitive, there tend to be a lot of feelings. So the next step is to ask for help from the universe, from your guides, from your spirit team, from your soul, from the higher power, if you prefer, or God, however you define the higher power, the all that is, and your own individual soul. You will probably get these little whispers of intuition that come to you that tell you things that you can do in the moment. Some of the answers that I got were to smudge my room, the office that I work in. And I didn't want to, but I did it. And then I felt better. I also heard intuitively to do a particular healing, which I also didn't want to do because it was a really freaking long healing and online that I follow, a teacher that I follow online. Then I also heard to schedule a session with a particular person whose work I absolutely love. And her name is Robin Hallett. And I loved her work and I've always loved it. And my intuition said, this is a good person to work with on this issue. And just by doing it, I felt lighter. And this is how you'll know that you're following up on your intuition, that there may be this resistance that comes up in you, which is your ego mind. And then once you do it, you will feel lighter and freer. That's really a key with intuition. It will often come as a surprise to you. And there may be many steps to getting to a better place inside of you, getting to peace, feeling peace. There is a famous quote that Albert Einstein wrote about how you can't solve a problem on the same level that it was created. You have to rise above it to the next level. So that means that you can't really solve it from an intellectual place, from an angry or hurt place, because anger and hurt are very necessary emotions, but they're lower vibrations than joy or peace or a feeling of gratitude. The point is not to jump to those feelings and try to force those feelings, but to start to open up to the wider experience of help. And here's why. This is what I'm being told right now. One of the reasons why is that if you grew up in a family where people were narcissistic, or they were just plain mean, or they were very preoccupied with themselves, chances are likely that asking for help led to bad consequences. It led to not trusting yourself and not trusting the world or other people. When you open yourself up to asking for help and asking from the universe in this case, and maybe from other people, there's a rekindling of the trust that really allows for a juicy, joyful life. That's what happens when you start to open up your heart again, instead of closing your heart down about the disappointment, the hurt, or the anger that a situation may pull from you. So that also is a wonderful solution. The last solution is, and these are pieces of a solution, and you will have your own individual experience of the solution. And but another solution or another way towards that solution of peace, to shifting your state to receive the peace that you're really seeking rather than the analytical answers, is to ground. And grounding is very, very simple. It's deceptively simple, but very profound for energetically sensitive people like me, perhaps like you. So here's what you do to ground. You feel the soles of your feet, and you create a grounding cord that includes your full body and your feet going down to the center of the earth. And this could be a beam of light. It could be a waterfall. It could be like a kind of a hollow tree trunk kind of feeling. But you're creating this grounding cord, and you have it go all the way down to the center of the earth. Bring the center up closer to you, almost like you're sitting in a beautiful bath. And let that, say, waterfall flow down from the core of you, and allow your feet to create roots going to the center of the earth, which is higher up. You can change the temperature. You can change the color depending on what your body needs. The teacher, Janet Wright, on YouTube often talks about, she's an intuitive healer, she talks about red, orange, or yellow being very good colors for grounding, because they're the colors of our three lower chakras. The root chakra is red, the sacral chakra is orange, and the solar plexus chakra is yellow. So feel in your body rather than deciding from your mind which color would feel right now. And just allow yourself to release energy just a little bit from this situation, from whatever is bothering you. Let it go out through your feet. And you can imagine that your feet are like your hands, and you can even hold your hands like this, the feet chakras, and just open them up like you're opening a flower up, like a flower opens and blooms. And as I say this, I can feel a relief in my body. Feel free to comment in the comment section below about how this feels to you. And of course, this is a video that I'm creating. I don't want it to be super long, so I'm going to stop here. But feel free to continue as long as you want to release this energy. And then, and it's kind of like there's kind of a vacuuming effect from the center of the earth. So you can imagine a switch turning it on and allowing the vacuum effect. The feeling can be like if you've ever stood on a beach and allowed and felt your body kind of suck into the sand when the water goes back out again. That's the feeling of this vacuuming. It can be very gentle. And then once you have that vacuuming, allow the light from the center of the earth to come back up again and flow through you with nourishing, beautiful energy. You get to choose the energy. You can allow it to be peace coming back up again, this beautiful energy, or joy, or ease, maybe reassurance, whatever feels right to you. And if you would like to have a session like this, to be able to shift out of a troubling state about a particular issue, I'm going to leave the information below. I offer an illumination session to find out if we are a good match. It's a complimentary session for those who are looking for and wanting to invest energy, time, and money into sessions. And I welcome you to reach out if that feels right. Bye for now.